What's up guys, and in today's video, I'm going to be teaching y'all how to win certain endgames. Make sure to like and subscribe before we get started, and I have an announcement. I just created my own Discord server, so be sure to join, link is in the description. So now let's get started. So, in this position, it's white to move, and I'm going to be teaching y'all how to checkmate with the king and a queen, a king and a rook, and then how to win certain pawn endgames. So first let's do king and the queen. This is perhaps one of the easiest endgames to play as white. Like when you're up the queen. So you start off by getting a knight square away from the king, and then you basically have to follow the king wherever he goes. So say he goes to the left, then you follow him. And then let's say it goes down, you follow him. Boom, boom. And you keep on doing that until he's got you, you've got him in a corner. And so then he's gonna go here. And then your only move here, not your only, but what you don't wanna play is play queen here. Because if you go for queen here, that's a stalemate because the king has no legal squares. So what you have to do is you're gonna have your queen here. You're gonna basically have to bring your king in because the king only has 2 squares and he's cut off by the queen. He only can repeat between these 2 squares over now. So like that, and you just keep on going and going until your king is right here, and then when his king goes here, you have this checkmate or this checkmate, and then that's a pretty easy one. So be sure to try that on your own time, but we can go over it again, but this time I won't be giving you what to do. So what do we do first? We go here. And then if he goes here, here, here. Oh, sorry, that's the illegal move. So in this position, here, 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 here. So what do we don't want to go here, right? Because when the king is here, it's gonna be stalemate. So you want to go one square up, and then you keep on, and you bring your king in until it's here, and then you have this check. Yeah, so that's basically how you checkmate with the king and the queen. But now we'll checkmate with the king and the rook. This one is not too hard, but it's a little harder. So yeah. So what you have to do, you have 2 ways of doing this. I'm gonna teach you both, and whichever you feel flows and better with you, play that one. So all you want to do is basically cut off the king and then restrict his mobility. So let's say the king goes here, you can restrict his mobility like that, and just keep on taking squares away from him. So then if the king goes here, you can't go here obviously because it's going to take. So what you have to do is you're going to bring your king in, and then remember his king can't escape because the rook is cutting it off. So then let's say it keeps on running, then you can bring your king in. And then let's say it goes back, then you can bring your rook here, here, here. So yeah, and then you have to be careful here. You don't want to go here in this position because it's stalemate. So instead what you want to do is just bring your king in. And this is checkmate. Yeah, and there's also another way to doing this. So king, rook, king. So you can first cut off the king, and then obviously move your rook to safety. So basically what you're gonna do here is kind of now the king can't go like here because you're gonna check him and he can't move forward anymore, so he has to go back. So what you basically want to do is kind of chase the king like to the edge of the board until like you're like this, and then he has to go back, and then you can check. So you're basically doing the same thing, and then you just move the rook over. That's it. And you're just cutting off squares. And if he decides to like go back, then you just cut off the rank. So yeah, that's basically what you do. And then you're gonna eventually get in this position, and that's checkmate. Because he has no more legal moves. So let's see what you remember. Pick a way to do it. I'm gonna do it the first way, but feel free to do it the second way. So you first want to cut him off. And that's it. And what you want to do is just gradually keep on cutting them off. So you're not giving him any space here. So you just keep on cutting them. And you can cut them in both directions, like this way and this way, depending on what's easier. So I can go here. Cutting him. And then, oh yeah, once you get into this position, I forgot to tell you this, you have to like go back all the way to the first rank. Because it doesn't really matter here, same thing, but I just like to go to the first rank. Because now the king is completely restrained here. And his only legal move is king h8. And then you have this check. Because in this position, you can't go here because the king is defending the square. So rook f1 is what you call a waiting move in chess. So yeah. That's how I checkmate with the king and the rook. And now I'm gonna teach you how to win up a pawn in the endgame. So let's do it like this. This is one of the most famous chess positions. So yeah, so white to move and win. So what you want to do is like get your king in front of this pawn, and then kind of bring your king here, forcing the king to move in one of two directions. So if the king goes here, you can go here, and if the king goes here, you can go here. So basically what you're doing is, let's say the king goes back, you're creating like a carpet for your pawn to move. So let's say the king goes back, you can go here, here. Yeah, and then you keep on repeating that until you've got a perfect pathway for your pawn to move. So yeah, and then you're gonna queen, and you're gonna win from here using the methods that I taught you earlier in the video. Also, you could do a rook if you wanted to challenge yourself. So let's do that again, but I'm gonna focus on one key thing. So we're doing the same exact thing. If the king goes here, this is a little bit of a tricky move. If you go up, the king is gonna go like this. This is what we call triangulation in chess, because the king goes here and then here. So it kind of forms a triangle. Yeah. So now in this position, it's the same exact thing, but it's your turn. So the king can just follow you. But if it was black's turn in this position, you'd be winning. But here it's your turn, so the king can just follow you around. But you're lucky that you have this little pawn move, and then you basically do the same thing. But you want to be careful there, because let's say I'll give you a position. Also, you don't wanna put your pawn on the same like rank as your king, because now this is a draw position, because all black has to do is just go back, and it looks like you're winning here, but you're not, because if you go here, this is stalemate, and it's just a draw, and there's no other way for you to protect your pawn. So this is a draw position. But let's go back here. And now let's see if you can win. So try to figure it out. I'll give you a couple of seconds, or just feel free to pause it. So yeah, what you want to do is go like this. And then if they go for this tricky move, you also want to be tricky. You can go here, because now if they go here, you have here. So, for example, now it's the same position, but it's their turn. So, they're going to be winning with that. Yeah, so if they go here, you're going to go there. And if they go here, you can go here, and then it's going to be your move, but you can push this pawn, and then you're going to be fine. And over here, you don't want to push here because of this, so you'll always want to keep your king ahead, so you want to go here, and then you can push, forcing them to go back, and you basically kind of created a magic carpet for your pawn. Yeah, so that's basically how you win with the king and pawn. But one last thing I want to talk about is, what if it's a rook pawn? So let's say it's the same exact position, but it's a rook pawn. So let's say we do the same exact thing. Okay. The reason that it doesn't work with a rook pawn is that when the king goes here, there's no square on like this side of the board. So there's no way for your king to like go here. So your king is just stuck here, and this is just a draw. So yeah, that's basically why a rook pawn endgame is a draw. So yeah, if you made it this far, remember to check the Discord server out in the description. And always don't forget to like and subscribe. I really need your support. Love you guys. Bye. Thank you for watching.